Broken Tupperware podcast. This is episode 2, and the theme of today that we're starting off with is instruments. Um,
Specifically, the family and how they're all related.
yes, did you know that all the instruments are related and gave birth to each other and evolved through evolution?
Exactly, just like how you people learned in biology class.
Yes, like how frogs evolved and how fish evolved, so did the instruments evolve. But they didn't evolve by reproducing, they evolved by humans and having sons with one another.
Yes,
So,
that's why. Like the instruments, they were real people back then,
yes,
and we just attached their names to these objects.
yes.
That's
So,
all.
the first instrument, scientists have confirmed that through studying the fossils in the background radiation and musical radiation, that the first instrument has indeed been revealed as the cowbell. Yes, that's right. The cowbell is the first instrument ever created.
Exactly.
And that cowbell had 3 sons. The cowbell gave birth to the bass. The
Was it
bat.
3?
Yes, 3.
I thought it was 5. I thought it was, wait, no, 6.
No, it's 3.
I thought it was the drums, the bass, the triangle, the didgeridoo, and the bagpipes.
Oh shit, I forgot about those fuckers.
You just completely forgot about the other ones.
Okay, so
what were the 3 that you were going to say?
the dildo go, the
The
bass,
didgeridoo,
and the bagpipes. So what are the other ones? There's the drums.
the drums, the triangle,
Yeah.
and the gong. You forgot about the other 3. Which
No,
actually
the gong. Oh yeah, the gong. Shit.
you completely forgot about the triangle. It's understandable. It's the triangle. You know,
Who
it's
cares
the
a fuck about the
It's the
triangle?
rejected one of the family. But what about the drums and the gong?
My bad. All right, no. Okay, my bad. So the the cowbell gave birth to 6 sons. It gave birth to the bass, the didgeridoo, the bagpipes, the triangle, the drum, and the gong. All right. So what happened to the gong was, oh fuck, I got my pen. The gong gave birth to the cymbals, right? All right.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah. Were we able to figure out what gender they were?
No. Well,
Okay.
no, Prod, just evolution.
Some of them.
Prod, you know how, like, it's fossils. The fossils don't have genitals. We don't know.
Yeah, but like with some things you can kind of still tell like
Well,
whether it was male or female.
These are ancestry chains, so it doesn't matter if
Okay.
they're male and female, because they would have to reproduce. Alright.
Okay.
So the cowbell had 3 main family trees. They had the, like, strings family tree. It had the winds family tree. And of course the brass family tree stemmed from the winds family tree. And it also had the
The
instruments
bang.
that no one ever played family tree.
Uh,
Alright,
what?
so we're going to start off with the strings. You want to take us away, Paraj, with the first string?
Well, from research that was conducted in the early 2000s, was determined like from the bass, the bass had the cello, and after the cello, um, it produced the harp, which produced the ukulele, another son of the cello, or daughter, whichever one it was, or maybe it was neither. Maybe it was just neither.
Yes, the cello. There's actually in the great fields of the Purcella notes. What happened was the cello, in order to survive, had to become skinnier and a little bit shorter because there was a lack of composers and instrument players, so it had to go into the violin to survive. It also also the cello evolved into the harp, which it became much wider and much taller, and the strings became longer, allowing for it to catch more food as it passed, kind of like a spider web.
Yeah.
But then the harp, after not like after the main food source dying out, which would blindly fly into it, it had to evolve a more hunting strategy, like it's before ancestors, into the ukulele, which it had some roots of the harp, but it's a ukulele.
Yeah, it became a lot smaller. It had less notes. It didn't. Its mating call was not as appealing, and so there aren't any ancestors of the ukulele that we know of yet.
Yes,
But
and
who knows? Maybe research will uncover new things.
it's interesting that what happened was the ukulele reached some islands in the Pacific Ocean known as the Hawaiian Islands, and from the Hawaiian Islands there, it was able to safely reproduce and have hot Hawaiian girls just string them all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like it was shocking, like it was almost about to die and it should have died going based off of Darwin's theory, Darwin's survival of the fittest. It should have died, but no, it managed to get to safety
no, no,
on.
no, dude, Darwin's with regular evolution. This is, remember the Mozart's law of survival of those that sound the best.
Oh yeah, sorry. Mozart's law of evolution, where the ones that sound the best are the ones that last the longest, and the ones
Yes,
that, yeah, they're the ones that people remember. They become more famous. People enjoy them more and spread it around everywhere.
yes,
As
of
for the
course.
rest of them, they kind of have to make do with the,
Limited
like how,
regions that they limit themselves
yeah,
to. Okay, so yeah, so from the violin, that its ancestor was the cello. The violin, of course, gave birth to the viola, much smaller and easier to carry, and the guitar, which the guitar has been booming ever since. The guitar is like the real instrument that has its gear survived to encounter the world.
yeah. In fact, like I would go so far as to say that it might last the longest. It might,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
it's
like
definitely gonna last the longest.
based on based off of the statistics that we have, the guitar actually might survive a lot longer than the rest of the other instruments,
Yeah.
especially with like the new age, I guess.
All right, now we're done. We've exhausted all of the fields
Yeah,
in the strings tree. Now we're gonna go
yeah,
to the
that is the base.
and there are
That is all of it from the base.
there are gaps in the fossil record, but scientists are discovering them every day. Um, Maybe some of our direct ancestry chains are wrong, but they're generally what they should have been, and maybe new ones
Yeah,
will come that we can link in into the puzzle. But
yeah,
now,
and it might even change it. Maybe like we'll find a new instrument. We'll find out. Wait, actually, this one was the descendant of this, or maybe it was the ancestor of these instruments.
so now we're gonna go into the Diggerito.
The didgeridoo.
The Dorito gave birth
Okay.
to three: the clarinet, the oboe, and the trombone. The trombone is first of the brass class. We don't understand what would have caused such a rapid evolution. Maybe the amount of wood was running low, so they had to. Maybe we scientists have said that the trombone has appeared in the early brass ages of the man. We have a confirmed date on that. So,
Yeah, I think early ages of man was it the
no, it was
1400s?
the Bronze Age.
What age was that? Like what years was that?
I don't
I
know.
kind of
I'm not a
forget.
fucking humanist. I'm a fucking instrument. We went to college and studied the instruments, not to study what the hell humans are. No,
We're not studying. We're not looking for specific dates. We leave that to the historians.
no, we are the instrumentians. So, okay, so back on track. there was an extinction event almost with the clarinet and oboe where both their populations ran low, so they found that their best way to survive was by reproducing with each other. So the clarinet and oboe, since they were raised in Alabama, they had a lot of kids, actually two. One of them was
Can
decent.
I?
Yeah, yeah,
One of
go.
them was decent, the flute. The other one, it was the recorder.
Genetic, inferior, off-bred. That's
The
what happens
recessive.
when brothers and sisters have sex. It's the birth of the recorder.
Yeah, the recorder had the recessive genes, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah,
So
the re-
maybe, hopefully, in the future, you'll have learned from this mistake of inbreeding, and they'll actually try to breed with the other types.
yes, the recorder. Every time he comes home, he has to be told by his parents, the clarinet and oboe, "Why can't you be like your brother, the flute? He's not played only by elementary children."
He actually makes good music. He actually is a part of all these orchestras and musicals. What are you a part of? You're just a part of a small class of 30 kids
Why
who
did I? Why are we doing
spit
like?
all over.
Why are we doing like Jewish Boston mother accents?
I don't know. You did it first. I just followed suit. Just like, yeah, just like,
uh,
you're in the small class with,
all right.
they just spit all over you.
Oh god, dude. Have you
It's
ever
just
fucking
racket.
looked in... I remember the recorders, you look in them, it's just filled with water after you played it.
Yeah, wasn't there like something you're supposed to put in
It was
them
like a
to grab?
pipe or something. It was like a,
For me, I think it was like a stick for me, which really didn't do anything for them.
what?
Actually,
Oh
I
my
actually
god.
remember that. Like my recorder, like the mouthpiece broke, but you could still
Oh,
put it in. And so, like during I believe I was at Center Elementary when we had like that, all
yeah.
of the elementary kids playing the recorder at the end of the year. I just put it in and started playing on that, and I'm pretty sure I messed up a few notes.
No,
But
I have two good memories. One of them is with the recorder. What else? Oh, this is kind of evil, but what we would do is we would put water in the recorders, like just dump it with water, and then we would go up to like girls and just like blow it at them.
oh,
They would think we would like be spitting on them, but it's just like water from the sink. And also it made them sound really weird because like the water would clog up the holes, so it made it sound even
yeah,
more worse. Then
yeah.
another thing is there was this time where like we had a music sub and she's supposed to collect the recorders and not let us like walk out of class with them, and we all hid them and we walked into the classroom and the teacher, everyone would like grab out like the recorder and like play it real quickly and then put it away every time the teacher turned around to write on the board, so the teacher
Oh
kept,
yeah, it's one of those things.
yeah, they would, like we would play it at a really high pitch so she wouldn't know like who was doing it. It was hilarious. uh oh wait, dude, we have to go to the brass tree. All right.
Yeah, but yeah,
So
that's why the recorder. I'm not sure if it's gonna make it that far. Maybe with like that.
no.
You know that John Cena video of that guy that plays the recorder with
Oh
his
yeah, like
nose? The two recorders.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, it might live on in that, but
No.
no, I think it's not
I
gonna
think the
last
recorder is
otherwise.
going to survive because it meets a very small niche of an easy weapon for incompetent children to play.
Oh, it's like the starter kit, I guess.
Yes, it's like the starter
The
kit.
starter kit, and then it progresses into the bigger things like the flute. And actually, then the flute progresses into the clarinet and the oboe, and that's why
Yes,
they did it to bring the popularity back to them.
yes, selfish parents. Selfish Jewish mother parents. So, the trombone, as we stated, appeared during the Bronze Age of early man. And the trombone, of course, gave birth to the trumpet. Now, the trumpet gave birth to the tuba and the much rude French horn.
You know, like you hear it all the time. Those the French. You know, whether they insult you in French, they dress nicely and mock your appearance,
Yeah,
or
how
they
dare
just
they?
they place an electronic device on your Sentry and then laugh at you as it
Yes,
dies
they
in your
sap
hands.
it per se.
Yeah, the more common term
No one
being
is gonna
set.
get this. Like, no one plays TF2 Proj.
Yeah, only a few people are going to get this. The
No,
few people
not.
that,
I think Hayden might get it. That's it.
yeah, no one else is going to,
Hi Hayden,
unless
how you doing?
until the audience grows larger and our popularity spreads like fire.
Hell yeah. That's
Speaking of spreading like fire,
if
in
you tell
terms of
someone about
popularity,
our podcast, you will be given $10.
guaranteed, just a $10 bill will show up at your doorstep. You want to? It's not going to be in an envelope. It's
No,
not going to be in
Proj, we're
any
gonna give
fancy
them
thing. It's
Proj,
just going
Proj,
to be a
Proj,
$10
Proj.
bill.
Proj, it's supposed to be Monopoly money. Shut up.
But anyway,
You can't
it'll
say bill.
spread.
You can't say bill, or that's like actual U.S. money. If you just say $10, you can give them any currency.
$10 bill. Then
No, just say $10.
I did say just $10.
No,
Did I say $10
no,
bill?
you said bill. You put bill on it.
Oh, well, okay. First off, sorry to all the bills out there, but you're not wanted
No.
in this. Get out of your bill. But anyway, the tuba then gave birth to the sax, which
Of course.
is actually
of course.
more popular than the. I believe it's more popular than the tuba and the French one, right?
Yeah, it is because it's better
A lot more
evolved to
popular.
suit the human population, its host
Yeah.
victims.
Yeah, it sounds better. There's also that, I was going to say something that you might not appreciate.
So one of the descendants of the cowbell, the bagpipes.
Oh, yes, we cannot forget about the bagpipes.
So
The cowbell went to Scotland and had, some fun time there, and the bagpipes was made. And the bagpipes.
Okay, how the fuck are we explaining how a cowbell is just magically turning into a bass and bagpipes? And the
I thought it
didgeridoo.
was pretty obvious.
Oh yeah, you're right. Because
First off,
cowbell is superior in every other way to any instrument.
yeah, it started off in that wasn't discovered yet, actually, where it was first born.
It was
The earliest, we basically only know that it's possibly Europe, maybe the Americas, but
no,
there's
it
no
was
specific.
first born in the universe because the clang of the cowbell called every god into existence.
The cow god, the secret
the cowbell
cow.
created the gods. That's what happened. Indisputable proof.
Yeah. And then it went over to Europe to create the bass, and
Scotland to create the bagpipes.
then Asia to create the gongs. We'll get to that later.
Yes, and then Africa.
Australia.
To create,
Australia to, yeah, it's in Africa.
Africa to create the didgeridoo. Didgeridoo.
Did I seriously just say Australia is in Africa? Oh
Yes,
my
you
God,
did,
what is
Praj.
wrong? What is wrong with me?
I mean,
Australia is an entirely different thing. But yeah, the didgeridoo was created in Australia.
Oh, really? I thought it was Africa.
No, it was Australia.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Professor Makumi said that it was in Australia. My bad.
Yeah, and then traveled to the Americas to create the drums, and we'll save that the last shot. Yeah, that's gonna be for last, because we have our reasons. Okay, we're building up to it.
Yes. Okay.
Anyway,
so
back to the bagpipes.
Okay. So the bagpipes gave birth to the harmonica, and the harmonica gave birth to the kazoo and piano. The kazoo also spawned the whistle. This is a interesting story. Wouldn't you agree, Proj? What happens next? So the piano and the bagpipes have grandfather grandson incest to
Oh,
create the
why
accordion.
grandfather, grandson? I thought it would have been like male and female, not.
No, it's grandfather
But
grandson,
then again, these
Proj.
are instruments, so we don't know
We
actually.
don't know their
Maybe that is
genders.
possible.
No, so
Maybe it is
the
possible.
piano and bagpipes blew a few horns and gave birth to the accordion.
Blow a few horns. A
Okay.
phrase.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fudge, would you like to
And
say anything about the current studies and research and careers that are devoted to understanding the history of the instruments? We make fun of the people who play them because they're a bunch of fucking nerds.
well, is I don't really have much to comment about that, about the people that play them, because
No, I said nothing about the nerds that play them. I'm just talking about them themselves, the history of them, the careers that you can pursue in.
oh, well, I will certainly say that some of them, like, they're definitely careers to pursue. You know, like they're definitely becoming popular,
Mm-hmm.
and hey, it's what is it called? It's where both species benefit.
Mutual relationship.
Yeah, it's a mutual relationship. You know, like we get money, they get to survive longer.
Yes, they
Hey, it's a fair
reproduce.
trade.
Yes.
It's a fair trade.
Yes.
Except the triangle, though.
Fuck the triangle.
The triangle's the. It's only there for the jokes, for the
Yes.
memes.
Yes.
That's where it's.
Yeah, and also the drums, guitar, and the bass guitar, which is another descendant of the guitar, obviously. Um, they're all starting to live in niche environments of garage bands. They're thriving in garages as we speak, which is really good to their survival.
Yeah. And also, like, you even have, like, those people that go on tour, you know? And they have,
Oh
like,
yes,
live
professionals.
concerts, which even spreads it out further. You know, like, they go to each country, spreading out the joy of the instrument.
Yes, of course.
Except the triangle.
Yeah, fuck the triangle.
That's gonna be a running gag in
Just
this.
fuck the triangle.
Except the triangle.
Alright. You know what, Proj? I'm gonna. Okay, so you wanna do? I'm gonna do a quick review of all the bands of all the family trees. Is that all right? All right.
One thing I would like to ask, and it's an actual serious question. Can you actually name me one thing where the triangle was a very, very important part? Can you actually give me a song? Actually, this is going to be a question for the viewers and listeners out there.
Yes, of course.
Please send us songs where the triangle plays a crucial role in it, because that genuinely has me curious.
Well, no, song, Proj, don't you know the one song for people taking math? It's
No, I haven't heard of it.
It's called Acute Right and Abuse Triangles.
I thought it was obtuse. Obtuse.
Yeah, obtuse triangles. It's like it's played the triangle, and it's like this is an acute triangle, dong dong dong,
Ding.
and then it's like this is a right triangle, and it's like dun dun
Ding,
dun.
ding, ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding,
that song
ding.
doesn't exist. I just made it up to fucking make a pun.
And then there's the obtuse triangle where
No,
it's just
Proj, this
ding.
doesn't exist. I made a pun. That's it.
Yeah, but yeah. So
All right, you know what? I'll just do it real quick.
yeah.
Review.
Just
I'm gonna.
quick.
All right, we're gonna put the timer on the clock. Ready? All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So there's the cowbell. The cowbell is the origin of all the instruments. Cowbell, of course, gives birth to the bass, gong, drum, triangle, didgeridoo, and bagpipes. So the bass. The bass, it gives birth to the harp and the cello. Harp gives birth to the ukulele. Cello gives birth to the violin. Violin gives birth to the viola and guitar. Alright, Diggerito. The Diggerito gives birth to the clarinet, oboe, and trombone. Clarinet and oboe screw their sisters, and they give birth to the flute and the recorder. The recorder is a huge disappointment to its parents. The trombone then gives birth to the trumpet. The trumpet gives birth to the French horn and tuba. Then the tuba gives birth to the very trendy saxophone. So of the bagpipes that gives birth to the harmonica. The harmonica gives is a proud father of two with the piano and kazoo. The kazoo goes on to give the birth of the whistle, very successful life. The piano goes on to screw its grandfather and gives birth to the accordion in the process. And oh yeah, did I mention that the cowbell's father is a wooden door?
You
Yeah.
completely forgot about the drums and the xylophone.
No,
that
I
was
said
the
those.
spawn of the piano.
No.
Oh,
I
did
said
you?
those. Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
No, wait.
You didn't
so
say the drums. You definitely didn't say the drums.
I
So the
said the
drums
drums.
gave birth to the.
Oh shit!
I
don't
did
have
not
that
hear
written down.
tambourine.
I don't
I did
have
not
these
hear
written
tambourine.
down. Shit, my history isn't complete. All right, no, the
You
review's
have
still going.
You have the version. You have the older version. I have the more recent
review
version. So
still going.
it's
The drum gave birth to the tambourine. The piano gave birth to the what?
the xylophone.
The xylophone. There we go. All right.
And then the big shock. Oh yeah. Then the cowbell gave birth to the triangle, but
Yeah.
it's a triangle.
And the wooden door is the father of all the instruments.
It's the grandfather
Yes.
of them all.
Yes.
It's
great
the
ancestor.
origin.
It's not really considered an instrument, so it's not included. But it is important to note that the cowbell. The fuck did the cowbell evolve from a wooden door?
You don't know? That wasn't in your research note. It wasn't in the research notes.
No.
Or did you not?
I remember.
Okay,
remember,
so
I missed.
the
Remember, I
wooden-
missed the one class.
Oh yeah,
when I was sick?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
the drums and the tambourine. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. This was more recently discovered.
Oh, about the wooden door.
So yeah, so we found out that the wooden door, surprisingly enough, was actually the ancestor of the cowbell because way back then,
Yes.
before the cowbell was made,
Yes.
people would just bang on doors, like create the beats,
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, and then the cowbell added some musical quality,
Mhm.
a single note, but yeah, and then after the cowbell came the rest of them.
All right.
Now, as for the wooden door and what made that, I mean, that's kind of like humans, like what's the origin of us? So we're
Monkeys.
not too sure. Yes, monkeys.
No, it's
we're
not
not too
monkeys. It's ancestors of the monkey and man.
The monkey and man, yes.
You know what?
But yeah. Anyway,
It's funny to think about, but all the instruments we have today wouldn't be here without a few bacteria bacteria cells like billions of years ago.
yeah.
That's
I'm actually
neat.
working on a hypothesis about what created the wooden door. And I must say that I actually started
Well,
out with
it's the tree, obviously.
Oh yeah, the tree obviously, but what ended up spawning the idea of making the wooden door is human clapping.
Clapping.
They just the clapping, and then soon enough people put two and two together. Oh, maybe I can hey, this creates a nice thing that I like. How about we just make it something physical?
Well, actually,
That doesn't make
there
my
was
hands
a
red.
ritual of people when they didn't know that they could use their hands to make the door have sound, so they would use their heads. So they would bang their heads to the door, and this archaic form of music actually has a resurgence today with hard, hard metal. Like the head banging rock metal shit that just all instruments really intense.
Like when the long hair just starts flailing around everywhere.
Oh yes, of course. Oh my god.
But yeah, we're not too sure as to how far back these things go.
Oh
Because
no.
again, like this is just a hypothesis. This was just my theory
Yes, this is a
on what
complete
created the door.
hypothesis. All right.
Yeah.
So that's good.
And so
Now,
the great.
do we
So
want to talk? We've talked about instruments. Do we
so
want
the
to
greater
talk?
the greater question is, how on earth did we come up with this?
I don't know.
I don't know how we
Do we
managed
want
to
to? Do we
actually
want to
do.
tell stories like our favorite? Like you're in orchestra, right? I used to be. I used to be a nerd in band. Do you want to tell like our favorite stories about like being in orchestra or like whatever, or being in like the school thing?
I can kind of connect it, with this, like with the history.
Yeah.
I will say that our current year, the class of 2020,
Uh huh.
yeah, the orchestra that spawned from that was not too good. Was not too
No,
good.
you guys suck.
I wouldn't say compared to most of the other kids, most of the other people, I would say like we did
Yeah.
suck more than them.
So
Which like
yeah, really.
connecting it to this, like that's why like maybe there might be a slight decline in population, but
Hmm.
yeah. But yeah, then like this year came around and we had the Stringapalooza, and there was actually some people that were really good in that were in junior high, much better than um, our grade, our sophomore year
Yeah.
orchestra.
You know what? I'm gonna say this that I used to do band in 8th and 7th grade, and these words are completely factual, true. The teacher would tell us this every morning. She would go, so she would go up and she would go, "All of you suck except percussion. Percussion is the best part of this band and the only reason why we're decent. Percussion is carrying your asses right now." And then she would say this like very politely. She would tell us percussion to play like even louder because everyone else sucked so bad that we needed to play louder than them. And
As
this
is this an actual true story?
this is an actual truth story, 100%. Um, if anyone was in my 8th or 7th grade band and they say something else, they're just delusional.
The
I am not.
delusional.
I am not the delusional one. All the other 50 members that were in there are the ones that are
Yeah.
lying. Believe me over them. So also
Yeah.
the
Like.
cowbell.
Yeah.
So there, Miss Marion loved like truly saw the cowbell as in its glory, like and the best instrument out there. Like no other instrument can contend against the cowbell. And I was appointed the person worthy enough to play this godforsaken weapon
I see. Like,
of power.
were there trials? Were there some
Oh
trials that
yes,
you
there were
had to?
trials. There was percussion battles, and I persevered. I defeated
Persevered,
all of
not
my yes,
persevere.
persevered whatever project. Do not interrupt my story. And I took the cowbell in my hand. Actually, I had to pull it out. I had to pull it out of a stone of notes. Actually, yeah, that's the Arthurian legend. I had to pull it out of a sword. I had to pull the cowbell out of a sword,
Out of a
out of the
sword, which was
stone, out
in the
of the wall,
stone, which
which
was
was
in
in the
the.
wall, which was in the barricade. So I pull out this cowbell of gold. I hold it in my hand, and my eyes turned white. I have a gold aurora around me. I'm levitating in the air. My
Oh
hair's
my!
on fire.
You ascended.
I
You.
ascended into glory. I'm playing this thing, this god weapon of awesome power. Everyone is crying of tears of joy. Um,
Or tears of pain.
both.
Oh, that was
Yes, the
good.
wicked felt pain.
Yeah, the
So,
wicked were purged that day,
so
which
we
is why there were less, right?
But yes, yes. But there was this evil dwarf in the lands of. Oh, they named the band after me because I was the best member. They named it the band of. So in the land of. Wait, I probably shouldn't be saying my last name. I'm gonna have to bleep this out. In the land of
Uh,
Gingeria. Yes. Okay.
yeah.
So in the land of
What?
Gingeria. Wait,
Oh
where am
my
I
god,
at?
this is
These
this
are.
day.
Okay, I'm just gonna write a little note. 34 minutes.
But yeah, but anyway, so in
wait,
the land
continue
of
my story real quick,
Ginjari,
Praj, because you know it. Hold on.
um,
So in 34 minutes, cut out your last name, retard.
okay. So, but yeah, in the land of Gingeria. Now, he
There's an
said
evil
that he
dwarf. There's an
said
evil
that I
dwarf.
know the story, but I've only heard the stories. I've only heard the
Oh,
rumors, you
okay, my
know,
bad. Here, I'll
because
continue
like
because
they're past.
I
Yeah,
possess the whole factual truth of it. So there's
yeah,
this
like you were actually
evil.
there. You
Yes,
are.
I was the king
So
of Gingeria, the band of Gingeria. So in the lands there was an evil dwarf, and this dwarf was jealous over the true beauty of the cowbell, and he corrupted the minds of all so that they would forget about the glories of the cowbell, and he corrupted all of their hearts. So if you ask any of them, they say, I sucked at the band and I ruined the band and I would always like play the cowbell like a little obnoxious twat. But that's just not true because the evil dwarf corrupted their minds. And today, I still haven't been able to reverse their corrupted minds, and they forget all
yeah,
about the kingships and how we defeated the Mon Mon Monpopos. We killed the
yeah, like
Monpopos.
yeah.
So
That is also a part of like some of the stories I heard. That
yes,
like the
yes.
battle still goes on today.
Oh yeah, the battles still go on. It's just me because I'm so awesome. I can take out the entire army. But
Yeah.
um,
No,
so
isn't this just?
so
Isn't
he
this just getting on
hit
the
the
high horse?
cowbell. He hit the cowbell of glory, and I would have to seek for it. And after 40 troublesome days without eating or drinking, um, my people are dying because they have no food because the cowbell of glory can't provide them food and shelter and shit like that and light. I find it. I find the evil dwarf's cowbell. So I find the cowbell and I realize that I have to make a sacrifice. I have to give up the power of the cowbell so it can be safe. So I hide it in a safe place where the dwarf of evil can no longer harass the people using the cowbell for wicked ways. And the people and I selflessly chose not to use its power one last time to save the minds of all of my subjects, because if I would have did that, then the dwarf would have known that I had the cowbell and he would have like stole it again. So I had to just hide it somewhere safe. I had to safeguard it. I cast a glorious spell so that no one could ever touch it except worthy people. And to this day, the subjects of Gingeria band still do not remember the glories of the cowbell, and actually they resent it. The dwarf filled their hearts with evil, and now they hate it.
Um. Okay. So just a quick question.
Yes,
So you not stashed it. You hid it away.
yes, I safeguarded it.
So did you put it back in the sword and then put the sword back in the stone, then put the stone back in the wall, and put the wall back in the barricade?
No, 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 Prudge. I just looked over. I put the cowbell in the hockey stick. I put the hockey stick in the rink, and I put the rink in the lake, and I put the lake in the cloud, and then I put the cloud in the Jupiter.
In the Jupiter.
And that's why there's a red spot on Jupiter.
Uh oh, I see. The red spot is like like it's the
It's the lake.
um
It's the lake.
kind of getting a little bit off task. It's like the light is reflecting off of Jupiter,
Yes, the
but it's
light
passing
and
through
glory.
it.
The
So
light and glory of the cowbell is burning through Jupiter. It is raging storm.
it's burning through it. Uh,
Oh my god, dude, we were at like, dude, that true and complete factual story took like 10 minutes for us to tell. Okay,
I
so
mean, how much time do we have left?
um, like 20 minutes.
Okay.
We're still have time. Do you want to hear some other stories from band? Okay.
Yeah, I don't really have many stories from
Oh yeah, well I
orchestra.
was kind of like
No.
a little bit of a bad person. So in this other story, this is actually true. I'm not gonna do like a bullshit story.
Yeah.
We're done with the fairy tale
It's not.
shit.
We're done with all the fairy tales and all of the
All right, so
stuff we were making up.
I remember there's this one concert and this I forget who it is, but he goes up to me and he's like, hey, could you not play the cowbell? My parents are here, and I don't want the concert to be ruined by you with your fucking cowbell. And I'm like,
Wait, you seriously played the cowbell?
I played the cowbell every single time. I got like a scene that no, I like almost got detention over it.
I was gonna say, like, is it? I was gonna ask, is it an actual part, or is it just like at
No,
random points you would just play the cowbell?
no, I would just like hit it along. I would like if there was like a beat where you know how like there's a beat in songs, so it's like you know like the 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, the
1.
rhythm.
Yeah, I would just play the rhythm with the cowbell and say, "Oh, I'm helping keeping pace" or some shit like that. And then there would be times where I get creative and be like, da-dum, 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 da-da-da-da-da, and like the song would like be a slow section or something. So,
Oh, so you ruined it?
yeah, basically, I would ruin the songs with the cowbell, and I'm like, so I look the person in the eye, I'm like, no. He's like, God damn it. And
Did you
then,
actually? Did you actually just play the cowbell?
yeah, I just played the cowbell.
Oh my god, you did it! Now, was this way back then, like in elementary or
This was 8th grade.
so junior?
Yeah, junior high. No, and
Mhm.
then there's this part where, I think, I don't want to say names, but,
Yeah,
actually,
so
it's not anything
just
bad.
say it.
It's not anything bad about him, so it won't. So,
Just describe the person. You know,
well,
we
you'll
like
know
to
who.
keep the
Everyone.
names anonymous in
Yeah, I'll keep
this.
the names anonymous. So, person, he played the tuba or like one of the brass instruments, and he was like one of the best. And he got a solo in the song. So, this is the concert, and I'm doing my little
Oh
shit.
no!
His
Oh
solo
no!
starts. His solo starts. I don't realize that his solo starts. I'm still playing. Everyone is looking at me, and I'm like, oh yeah, my bad.
Oh my god!
I think his parents
That's
were like filming it because like you know his parents are like their family's like really into music, so yeah, that's
yeah.
on
Oh
tape
my
forever.
god! So that's on tape. How you messed up, and
He ruined his
that
solo.
moment. It's if I had to say like in terms of orchestra, that's like the pause in the music and a solo about to start, and then I just like start go, and then I just like play to it. I'm just like da 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 da, and then it's just like, oh wait, yeah, that's totally part of the solo. By the
But
way,
the thing is, like,
totally planned that.
at that point, you're like, okay, they don't know it's a solo. Okay, only like not everyone knows it's a solo. Do I keep playing or do I stop? So like I was making that decision while still playing,
Oh,
and then
did you
like
stop?
yeah, I stopped like I think like 1/4 like he, like 25% of his solo was like a tuba cowbell duo.
Oh my god. That's one of those embarrassing stories that you're
That
kind of
is,
ashamed that
but am
you're
I
kind of ashamed of, but
like I would like to say I was ashamed of, but I did not like the teacher.
oh, you just didn't. Okay.
No, the teacher in 7th grade I loved like he was really
Who
like I
was
was
it?
I don't think we should say names.
It wasn't that was the orchestra
God
one.
damn it, Praj, you're not supposed to say
Yeah,
names.
sorry, but you
No,
know what?
we'll just
If I
bleep
said
that. We'll just bleep that. We'll talk.
if I said no, this one you don't have to censor. If you say Mr. Like he is actually an actual teacher, you know, like there's
Yeah.
reviews about him online, so
Oh yeah. Okay. Fine. Yeah. I guess it's legal because this is
it's a
technically a
legal
review.
move.
Oh, it's illegal. We can't get sued. No, Okay, so Mr. K, he used to teach band, right? He taught. No, no. What happened was I remember. I don't want to say. I don't like saying names, anything bad. So we're just saying. If I say Mrs. M, you'll know who I'm talking about, right?
I did not know any of the other teachers aside
Okay.
from.
So happened. So it was elementary, and like
Just
you know,
type it. Just we have a computer,
oh
you
shit,
know.
yeah,
We
we
can
just.
just type it.
I forget her name though. It's something like this. Um,
I think that is her name.
yeah, that's her name. Okay, so anyways, my point is, so I'm just gonna call her Mrs. M, and then Mr. K. So Mr. M used to teach like elementary band. You remember the elementary bands? I hated.
No,
Oh
I did
well.
not go to any of those
So she
things.
taught to the
So
elementary band. It was in sixth grade. She made me quit sixth grade band because I could not stand her that much. Like she made me play like the maracas, and I wanted to play like an actual instrument, so I quit. Seventh grade, I signed up for band. Mr. K taught band for just regular band for seventh grade, and I had a blast. Like I was like actually cared
yeah,
about how my music sounded, and
yeah, he's a good teacher, you
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah,
he also like now the other people in my orchestra, like they, you know, I'm pretty sure that most of them did not care. They just
yeah,
took it just because they had to.
yeah, yeah.
But
So,
like whenever I was in there, now of course I'm not saying that I did any better. I was equally as bad, despite what
mhm,
everyone else says. Um, but yeah, like I would actually feel a little bit guilty that like my music didn't sound as
yeah,
good as like I thought it was supposed to sound because like
yeah.
I would feel like I'm letting him down, you know?
Anyways, like, remember we used to play chess with them at the cafeteria?
Yeah.
Yeah, we would. So, anyways, like I was motivated to do
Oh, I
good.
think I was about to beat him that one chess game,
I
but
beat
then we
him.
had to
I
like
beat him
clean it
once.
up. But
I beat him once.
ah,
Uh,
the victory is stolen. But anyway, that's besides the
yeah. So,
point.
anyways, the point is, oh, chess. But anyways, point is, he was really good, and like I actually wanted to try when I was in his class, and like I was motivated to do it. Like I actually like took it seriously. Then comes eighth grade, and I find out that he no
Guess
longer
who's
teaches band.
back?
Yeah, like freaking Mrs. M comes back to haunt my dreams in eighth grade. I'm like, no. So I kind of just fooled around and picked up the cowbell, and I was like, fuck this. I don't give a shit. I don't like you. I'm not
What were
gonna play
your
for you.
out of curiosity, what were your grades in that?
Ace,
Okay.
because you only
That is
grade
the
you based
one.
on the concert, so it's kind of like you just
Yeah.
fuck around all year, and then the concert, you're like, I'm gonna try
Yeah.
at least somewhat. So, I
But
mean,
yeah.
like
And what was it that made you like hate her so much? Aside from that first bit, like,
the
or
maracas.
was that, yeah, or was that like the scarring thing, the
It
thing that
was the
made you?
scarring thing. She made me play the
So
maracas for like
that's
8 weeks
that
straight, and
that
that
made her, or that made you
yes,
make a schema of her. Is that
no,
no?
that's
That's
just
not it.
called.
Schema's more for like broad
I don't
terms, you
think
know,
we've
like to
learned
apply
anything
to
in
more
psycho.
things.
We haven't really like covered like grudges and like how you feel about people yet. Like I mean, we're kind of doing that, but I wouldn't really say like we find out like why we hold grudges. I mean, I can assume why, but like
Yeah.
yeah. So that's the band story. So that yeah, I stopped trying. I got some of the people in the class to um, hate me kind of. Not really.
Okay.
Eighth grade was a shitty year to be
No.
honest. Actually,
Yeah.
eighth grade wasn't that bad. Like the beginning of eighth grade was bad for me, but like the rest of the year was like okay.
Okay.
Actually, no, the beginning
This
of the year
is
was pretty good. The third 9 weeks, something happened that kind of made it shitty, but not really.
I
It was
will say
prolonged.
this. This is kind of getting off track, but
What?
like you know Mr. K that
Yes.
taught not like Mr. K of the music department, Mr. K of like, you know, like how we had like those classes that would switch every 9 weeks.
Yeah.
That Mr. K,
Oh yeah, I
was
loved
he the
him.
eighth grade one?
Yeah, eighth
Oh
grade
my god.
civics teacher, right?
It wasn't civics, it was called something else.
It was.
It had to do with the
It
same
was some.
things.
Yeah,
But
it was
I was
something.
disappointed in myself and I was surprised I somehow managed to get an A in that class because like
I
I would
did.
fall asleep in that class. I
No.
wouldn't really pay attention, and I was like, "How on?" And
Oh my gosh. He would.
I would fail some of my. I failed some of my tests. I think, but still managed to
But
pass that
I
class
don't
with an A. And
understand
I was like,
because
"What?"
everyone. I had that class the last 9 weeks, I believe, or the last 9 weeks, and everyone
Now
said
that doesn't mean that I hated him.
no.
Now it was just completely my fault. You know,
He
like
was probably one of my favorite teachers, and I think he's
yeah.
retiring. He retired. He's retiring this year, I believe, which is kind of
Oh
sad. And I and but everyone said there was so much work in that class and the work was unbearable. And I'm like,
No, it was
no,
not.
it was
Like
not at
I was just
all.
lazy. That was all. It was just that I was very
Well,
lazy and I didn't.
I wasn't lazy. It's just like there was just no work at all. It was like what the fuck are you talking about? Like there's barely anything.
Yeah, and like whenever you would have to do this is really getting off track, but like whenever you had to do like those writing assignments where like you have to analyze this thing and then
Yeah,
like
those were
write down the stuff.
easy.
Those were easy. Like he would say you have to write a paragraph each, but then he elaborated on what he meant and said, now to me a paragraph is getting the point, it's getting the point across what it's supposed to be about.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do that in one sentence, that's a paragraph. And to me I was like, bless this man. Bless
Bless
this
him.
man. Bless this man who has been given to us by the heavens. He doesn't make you write a paragraph. He makes you just write the point of it
Yeah, but which is all
to
you
show
need.
some yeah.
He was too
Yeah.
logical of a teacher for our comprehension. Cuz
Yeah.
he was like, "All right, here's what we're doing throughout the year." I remember like he was like, "All right, here's what we're doing." And then the kids were like it was like this like packet. It was like, "Okay." It just seemed like a real logical class. And like and he always had the blind shut. He's like, "We have the blind shut because if there's someone outside, they can't see if there's anyone in here." Which is a pretty good idea. And all the people are like, "Oh, what's this crazy dude?"
Yeah, but like he was also a fun teacher. Like
Oh yeah, he was. He would like.
yeah, he would also like make jokes as
Oh
well and
yeah.
like mess.
Would,
Yeah. He talked in a serious voice and he looked serious. He actually looked mad all the time.
oh my, yeah, you're right. He looked angry.
Like even
all
when he's
the
laughing
time.
and smiling, like he still looks like he's mad.
Okay, so
But still.
did you have ninth grade? What history class did you take? You took honor civics.
Yeah,
right?
I took civics.
Yeah,
I had the stew.
the stew. Okay, it seems like Mr. K always seemed like he was angry, and Mr. Stew always seemed like he was like tired or grouchy.
Mr. K was mad at us all the time.
Well,
Mr.
not actually,
Stew.
but like it just looked
Yeah.
like that.
But yeah, based off appearances, Mr. K was mad at us all the time. Mr. Stew was disappointed in us all the time.
And
Based off of looks.
Mr. YY of the math department.
I'm sorry, he looks depressed
He
all the
does.
time.
He either looks depressed or he's like
Even when he's
"What?"
smiling.
He looks like
And like
he looks like I'm disappointed in all of you. What are you doing?
even the voice he talks in, it like, oh my god, you guys, I'm disappointing you people. You're not going anywhere. it just sounds so disappointing.
Oh my god.
And I want
Oh no.
okay.
Frog, we have 7 minutes left. Oh no. We're running out of time. Alright, so
Oh man.
this is a classic example of us going off track from instruments to let's just talk about song genres for the last 7 minutes. Paraj, what is your favorite song genre?
I actually don't know what my favorite is. I listen to a lot of classical. Or stuff that like deals with like deals with like instruments that are involved in classical.
Ah.
Yeah, mainly piano stuff.
Remember the Filthy Frank video? Like, you don't listen to Beethoven's Symphony number 45. You're born in the wrong generation.
Oh, oh man, not like making fun of those people.
Yeah. My favorite genre of music is like
generation.
my favorite genre of music is like 80s and 90s classical rock. With the I just like those songs a lot. Like a lot of like those are the music I like. Okay, now I don't want to be one of those people, but I don't like pop current music at all. Like I just think it's horrible.
Yeah,
like fucking Taylor
now
Swift. Because
this is probably going to bring my ratings down a lot.
you mean the ratings? We don't have any ratings. It's our second episode.
I was going to say metaphorically speaking, but that's not even a
like,
metaphor. That's not even a metaphor at all. That's just
what at school, like you don't want to be the legend you are anymore.
Oh no, not that. I wasn't even talking about that. I was just saying it as like like pretending as if like we actually had like a wider range of audience, like we had thousands upon thousands of people actually listening to this. But I'm like, I kind of feel like it's going downhill. Now, of course, you still have some of those people that like, or at least that's in terms of like the popular and the things that like people listen to.
Yeah.
You know, like the more well-known stuff that gets put in the public.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's like people will always like, you know, like certain music but it's like people have to understand if someone doesn't like your music, that's not a personal attack against you. They just don't like something you like. I don't see why people care because like it's not like saying, "Oh, I can't understand why people like this." I like you could say that, but like it's like, "Oh, how dare you not like my music?"
Yeah, like it's alright to say that. This is kind of also getting off topic from our original thing, but like, it's alright to say that like, you know, I can't understand why people like this, you know, because like you don't like it, and you don't see any parts of it that you would like, and so you're genuinely wondering. Now, if once you start saying like, "Wow, you like this music? Wow, I can't believe you. You're a horrible person," or "You suck. You're not gonna make for a life if you don't like this music. If you don't listen to Gucci Gang."
Gucci Gang? What the fuck?
I don't know.
No, Gucci's not a band. It's a type of clothing.
Yeah, but there is a thing that's called the Gucci Gang.
No, my favorite music is vaporwave.
But yeah, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't rap.
Oh yeah.
Okay, rap.
It used to be really good. I would say.
It's just someone talking into a mic with a beat in the background. Like, it's basically poetry, but you're reading it faster, and it's less intelligent people wrote the lines.
I'm going to send you. Here's a link. This.
No. Who the fuck is this guy?
Lil Pump.
What?
I don't know who he is.
Why does his head look like a sherbet slushy? Should I just listen to? Should I just play this and have the whole audience just listen to this? Like this be the last?
I'd listen to some Lil Pump Gucci Gang.
Gucci Gang.
You only need to hear the first part.
Alright, I'm gonna listen to the first part and then I'm gonna like.
And you'll know what I mean by the first part. Yeah.
Gucci Gang.
Yeah.
Making birth baby calls.
Lil Pump.
I think it's around like 10 seconds in. No, it's like 13.
Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. Spread thin racks on new chain. My bitch love do cocaine. Ooh, I fuck a bitch, I forgot.
Yeah, like
it's just
you're talking to a mic. You go Gucci Gang. Wait, hold on.
Just
Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang.
You're just saying that over and over. I would say like,
oh, look, it's like no, you selling that merch on Gucci Lane. Oh, summoned by some cocaine. Oh, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang,
yeah,
Gucci
no,
Gang,
some
Gucci Gang.
rap
Oh,
that
doesn't know
actually,
how to give you any pain, bro.
Yeah, there's some rap that's actually really good. Like the lyrics actually does make sense, or at least like you know it's. Oh my god, that just reminds me of Mad World's Straight Pimpin' or something Pimpin'. Oh man, that's definitely one of those.
So, I think we got 1 minute 20 seconds remaining for the hour-long podcast.
Wait, it can also kind of like extend a little bit over. It doesn't have to be on the dot.
Exact hour. I'm ending it. Fuck! I dropped my pen again.
But yeah.
Let's say our closing remarks. So.
Closing remarks. So what have we learned?
I always win.
Yeah, what have we learned? I always win.
Don't you ever talk to me again.
Cross me again.
Oh shit! Whatever.
Don't you ever cross me again.
Don't worry, no one will get that reference anyways.
Yeah.
Except
but another thing that we have learned is that the one door, it's the spawn of every.
Yes, we learned that Gucci Gang is not only a type of clothing, but it's also... Oh no, because Gucci's the clothing, and the Gucci Gang
it's talking about the clothing.
Okay,
like,
but...
They wear
They wear
Yeah.
Gucci. But if you're at a gang, you're not rich. You can't buy Gucci clothing. So how are you the Gucci gang?
But yeah. Now, here's the thing. I like some of the stuff that like deals with classical music and like the
Yeah.
peacefulness of it and like.
The harmony.
But on the other hand, I also like the hard, the heavy metal stuff
Oh,
as
you
well.
do?
That deals with like, God, what is it? I know there's drums and then there's a guitar, but
Acoustic guitar. I mean, I think rock's kind of like a balance because it's like it's hard and it can be peaceful. Like it can be both. You
yeah,
know? It's like,
yeah. That is, I
like
also like
songs
that.
like Toto, like Africa, are like soft, but then there's songs like one of the songs I really love, like "Carry On My Wayward Son." It's like it's hard. It's a mixture of hard rock and like kind of like soothingness. And then there's songs just like let me think, what's that song? Yeah, there's other songs like so yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna send you one of the ones I kind of listened to, which is actually based off of a different song, but like this was like the first time I heard the song. It was just like, yes, I like it.
Oh really? What is this?
Yeah.
Oh god. All right.
The Blitzkrieg.
Do you want to play this on the podcast or have me just end it and then listen to this?
Yeah, you don't have to play on the podcast.
Yeah. All right.
But
I'll just say
with like a closing remarks, to end
all right.
off.
So closing remarks.
This wonderful
we talked about
podcast.
instruments, I guess. Whatever. Fuck you.
Yeah, we talked about.
So.
Yeah. Thank you for watching us.
Fuck
Let
off.
me insult you.
Fuck off.
And there we go. That's how we're gonna end this.
No. Share this with a friend or two. Maybe if you have 3, you could share it with them.
Or maybe 5. Or
you
10.
Could, I guess, comment on
Yeah.
when this uploads. What's today? This should upload on the 9th because today's the 2nd. This is when the
Yeah, we're planning on trying to do this as a
maintain
weekly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
of course. Like if there's something that comes up, we'll try. Maybe we'll do it like a little bit late or a little bit earlier.
subscribe for free wooden doors. See you later then. All right, bye everyone.
But yeah, yeah.